Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Learn English with Podcast Conversation. I'm Thomas, and today's topic is something fun and personal. We'll be talking about describing your hometown. This is a great way to practice speaking about familiar places.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jennifer. Describing your hometown helps you connect with others, especially in small talk or interviews. Whether you come from a small village or a big city, we'll show you how to talk about it in an engaging and clear way. When describing your hometown, start with the basics. For example, I'm from Madrid, the capital of Spain. It's a large city with a rich history, famous for its art museums, lively streets, and delicious food. A simple introduction like this sets the scene.
That's a great point. Adding location details makes it easier for listeners to picture your town. For instance, I come from Portland in the Pacific Northwest of the U.S. It's surrounded by forests, mountains, and rivers, which makes it great for outdoor activities.
Yes, and you can talk about the population to give context. For example, my hometown, Brighton, is a medium-sized city in England with around 300,000 people. It's well known for its pebble beaches, art festivals, and a relaxed, creative atmosphere.
I like that. You can also mention the size and character of the place. I'm from Kyoto, Japan. It's a small city compared to Tokyo, but full of ancient temples, gardens, and traditional wooden houses. It's quiet, peaceful, and beautiful in every season.
Another idea is to highlight the climate. I come from Cairo, Egypt. It's a hot and sunny city for most of the year, which attracts a lot of tourists. The winters are mild, but summers can get very dry and warm, especially in July and August.
That's a smart tip. Climate can make your description unique. For example, I'm from Tromsø, Norway. It's far north, so we have polar nights in winter where the sun doesn't rise and midnight sun in summer. It's a magical experience for visitors.
You can also add what the town is famous for. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, known as the home of country music. People from all over visit for live music shows, the Grand Ole Opry, and its southern charm. Music is part of the city's heart.
And don't forget to mention any personal connection to your hometown. I grew up in San Diego, California. I love how it combines beautiful beaches, great weather, and a laid-back lifestyle. It's where I spent my childhood, so it's really special to me.
Once you've introduced your hometown, talk about your favorite places. For example, my favorite spot in Toronto is the CN Tower. You can see the whole city from the top. It's an incredible view, especially at sunset when the city lights start to shine.
Exactly. Favorite spots make your description more personal. I love the old town in Tallinn, Estonia. The medieval streets, historic buildings, and cozy cafes make it feel like stepping back in time. It's one of the most charming parts of the city.
You can also include places where you relax or spend free time. There's a beautiful park in my hometown of Paris called the Luxembourg Gardens. I often sit there with a book or take walks to enjoy the flowers, fountains, and peaceful atmosphere.
I like that. Don't forget to mention local food spots, too. My hometown, Bologna, Italy, has the best pasta restaurants. My favorite is a small family-owned place called Osteria Nonna Rosa, where you can try handmade tortellini. It's delicious.
Speaking of food, markets are another interesting detail. In my hometown of Marrakesh, the open markets, or souk, are full of life. You can find spices, carpets, and handmade crafts. The smell of mint tea and the colorful stalls are unforgettable.
Yes, mentioning unique experiences adds depth. I come from Sydney, Australia. My favorite place is Bondi Beach. It's perfect for surfing, relaxing, and watching the ocean. It's a popular spot, but it always feels like a little slice of paradise.
And think about places for special events. In Munich, Germany, where I grew up, we have Oktoberfest. It's a festival where people gather to enjoy music, food, and culture. It's the most exciting time of the year, and the city comes alive.
Including hidden spots is a great idea, too. I'm from Cape Town, South Africa. Most tourists visit Table Mountain, but I love a quieter spot called Kirstenbosch Gardens. It's perfect for walks, picnics, and stunning views of the mountains.
When describing your hometown, it's helpful to talk about the culture and traditions that make it unique. In my hometown of Seville, Spain, we have the annual Feria de Abril. It's a week-long celebration full of flamenco dancing, colorful dresses, and delicious tapas. Families and friends come together to enjoy music, food, and celebrations late into the night.
That's a great example. Local traditions can really bring your description to life. I come from Kyoto, Japan, and our city is known for its cherry blossom festivals. Every spring, people gather in parks and temples to enjoy hanami, which means flower viewing. Families have picnics under the trees, and the whole city feels magical during this time.
You can also describe how people live day to day. In my hometown of Stockholm, Sweden, people have a very balanced lifestyle. We work hard during the week, but weekends are often spent enjoying nature. Many families have summer cottages by the lakes where they go to relax, swim, and spend time outdoors.
Exactly. Talking about how locals spend their time gives a clear picture. In my hometown of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, life revolves around the beaches. People love playing beach volleyball, surfing, or just relaxing in the sun. On weekends, friends gather for barbecues and enjoy Brazilian music like samba and bossa nova.
Another idea is to share any festivals or events. I grew up in Edinburgh, Scotland, where we celebrate the Edinburgh Festival Fringe every August. It's the world's largest arts festival, with performances ranging from comedy to theater. Artists and visitors come from all over the world, and the city becomes alive with creativity and energy.
That's amazing. Sharing food culture is another great detail. I'm from Naples, Italy, the birthplace of pizza. Food is a big part of life here. We take pride in using fresh ingredients like tomatoes, mozzarella, and basil to make the perfect pizza margherita. Family meals are an important tradition, and we always enjoy them together.
I like that. You can also include local music or dance styles. In my hometown of Havana, Cuba, music and dancing are everywhere. People love salsa, and it's a big part of our culture. You'll often hear live music on the streets, in cafes, or at parties. It brings people together, and dancing is just part of everyday life for us.
Music is definitely a great way to describe a place. I grew up in Nashville, Tennessee, also called Music City. It's famous for country music, and you'll find live bands playing in almost every bar downtown. Music is a big part of the city's identity, and musicians from all over come here to perform and make a name for themselves.
And don't forget the importance of sports in many hometowns. In my hometown of Barcelona, Spain, soccer, or football, is like a religion. People are passionate about the FC Barcelona team. On game days, the city comes alive, and families gather to watch the matches together. Visiting Camp Nou Stadium is a must for any sports fan.
That's a great tip. Sharing favorite sports can make your description stand out. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, where people are crazy about baseball. The Red Sox are our pride, and Fenway Park is like a second home to many fans. The atmosphere during games is electric, with everyone cheering, singing, and supporting the team.
Talking about traditional clothing or customs can also be interesting. I come from Jaipur, India, which is famous for its colorful traditional attire. Women wear vibrant saris with intricate designs, and men often wear turbans during special events. The city's markets are full of handmade textiles, which are popular with locals and tourists.
That's a unique detail. Food markets and bazaars are always worth mentioning. I'm from Istanbul, Turkey, and one of my favorite places is the Grand Bazaar. It's one of the oldest markets in the world, with thousands of stalls selling spices, Turkish delights, and handmade jewelry. The smells, sounds, and energy make it unforgettable.
Talking about daily habits in your town is also helpful. In my hometown of Melbourne, Australia, coffee culture is huge. People take coffee seriously, and there are cafes on every street. It's common to see friends catching up over flat whites or cappuccinos, and weekends are spent trying out the newest cafes with unique coffee blends.
I love that example. Sharing how people connect is important. I'm from Dublin, Ireland, where people are known for their friendliness. Pubs are a big part of the culture here. Locals gather to chat, listen to live music, and share stories over a pint of beer. It's where friendships are made and everyone feels welcome.
Another detail you can include is about the architecture of your town. I grew up in Prague, Czech Republic, which is famous for its beautiful historic buildings. The Old Town Square has colorful Baroque houses, Gothic churches, and the famous astronomical clock. It feels like walking through a fairy tale.
That's a great way to add charm to your description. My hometown is New Orleans, Louisiana. It's famous for its French-inspired architecture, colorful balconies, and historic neighborhoods like the French Quarter. The city has a unique vibe full of culture, music, and history.
You can also describe nature and scenery. I come from Queenstown, New Zealand, a small town surrounded by mountains and lakes. It's perfect for outdoor lovers. People enjoy hiking, skiing, or bungee jumping here. The views are breathtaking, and every season brings new beauty to the landscape.
And don't forget any local sayings or phrases. In my hometown of Liverpool, England, people use unique slang like calling friends lads or mates. Locals have a warm and cheerful way of speaking, which makes visitors feel right at home. The friendly language reflects the welcoming spirit of the city.
It's also nice to include local stories or legends. In my hometown of Dublin, Ireland, we have many legends about leprechauns and fairies. People tell stories about hidden gold at the end of rainbows and magical creatures living in the countryside. It's a fun way to keep our traditions alive.
Finally, finish by sharing how you feel about your town. I'm from Vancouver, Canada, and I love how it offers the best of both worlds. It has a lively city life, but also stunning natural beauty with forests, mountains, and beaches. It's a place where you feel connected to both people and nature.
When describing your hometown, mentioning its most famous landmarks is key. I'm from Paris, France, and nothing is more iconic than the Eiffel Tower. It's a stunning structure that lights up beautifully at night. People come from all over the world to see it, take photos, and enjoy the surrounding parks. It represents romance and elegance, which Paris is known for.
Landmarks really help paint a vivid picture. I'm from Cairo, Egypt, where the pyramids of Giza are the most recognizable landmarks. They are ancient wonders that tell stories of pharaohs and the past. Seeing the pyramids up close is magical, especially at sunrise when the light turns them golden. It makes me proud to call Cairo my hometown.
You can also share less known but charming spots. In my hometown of Kyoto, Japan, there's a beautiful bamboo forest called Arashiyama. Walking through the tall, green stalks feels like stepping into another world. It's peaceful, and the sound of the wind rustling through the bamboo is calming. It's a hidden gem that locals and tourists both adore.
Absolutely, sometimes quieter spots tell a lot about a place. I grew up in Seattle, Washington, and while people know about the Space Needle, there's also Cary Park. It's a small spot with one of the best views of the Seattle skyline. Locals love going there to relax, watch the sunset, and take photos of the city surrounded by mountains and water.
Personal stories make hometowns memorable, too. I come from a small town in Vermont, USA as kids. We used to go apple picking every fall at local orchards. The smell of fresh apples, cider donuts, and crisp air made it the best time of year. My family would gather in the evening to bake apple pies together. Those memories are what make my town special to me.
I completely agree. Sharing stories makes the description more relatable. In my hometown of Manchester, England, we had this little park where my friends and I used to play soccer every weekend. It wasn't anything fancy, just a local field, but it was where I learned teamwork, made friends, and developed a love for the game that stays with me even now.
Talk about how your town feels throughout the year. I grew up in Montreal, Canada, where the seasons completely change the city's vibe. Summers are full of festivals, street performers, and outdoor cafes. In winter, it transforms into a snowy wonderland with ice skating and hot chocolate. Each season offers something magical to experience.
That's a great point. Seasons shape hometowns differently. In Cape Town, South Africa, summer means beach days at Clifton and sunset hikes up Lion's Head. In winter, the city is quieter and locals enjoy cozy cafes or exploring the beautiful wine farms nearby. No matter the time of year, the natural beauty of Cape Town always stands out.
Including how people celebrate holidays can also bring your town to life. In my hometown of San Miguel de Allende, Mexico, Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, is a big celebration. Families create colorful altars with flowers, photos, and food to honor loved ones. The streets are filled with parades, music, and bright decorations. It's a beautiful mix of tradition and culture.
That sounds incredible. Festivals tell a lot about culture. I'm from Munich, Germany, and Oktoberfest is the most famous celebration here. It's all about good food, music, and laughter. People wear traditional Bavarian clothing like lederhosen and dirndls while enjoying pretzels, sausages, and locally brewed beer. The atmosphere is so lively and welcoming.
Sharing childhood experiences can make descriptions personal, too. Growing up in Brighton, England, my family would spend weekends at the Brighton Pier. We'd eat fish and chips, play games at the arcade, and ride the old carousel. The smell of the sea, the sound of waves, and the lights of the pier at night are still vivid in my memories.
I love that. Sharing simple details makes it relatable. In my hometown of Sydney, Australia, weekends meant heading to Bondi Beach with friends. We'd swim, surf, and have barbecues by the ocean. Watching the sunrise over the waves while sipping on a coffee is one of my favorite things about living there.
You can also talk about local markets and shopping experiences. In Marrakesh, Morocco, where I spent part of my childhood, the souk were always fascinating. They're colorful, lively markets full of handmade crafts, spices, and fabrics. I loved walking through the narrow streets with my parents, discovering treasures and tasting fresh dates and nuts.
That's a great detail. Markets really show the heart of a town. I grew up in Bangkok, Thailand, and the floating markets were a huge part of local life. Vendors sell fruit, snacks, and flowers from small boats. It's lively, full of energy, and an experience unlike anywhere else. It's one of the places that truly defines the culture of my hometown.
Local food is another important aspect to include. In my hometown of Naples, Italy, pizza isn't just food, it's a tradition. We take pride in making the perfect pizza with a thin, crispy crust, fresh tomato sauce, and mozzarella. Visiting a local pizzeria feels like stepping into a family kitchen with the warm smell of freshly baked dough.
Exactly, food adds so much flavor to a description. In my hometown of Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, street food is everywhere. From pho noodle soup to banh mi sandwiches, the flavors are bold and delicious. Locals gather at small stalls, eating fresh dishes while chatting and enjoying the hustle and bustle of city life.
Don't forget to include how your town has changed over time. I'm from Dubai, UAE, and the transformation here has been incredible. It grew from a desert town into a global city full of skyscrapers like the Burj Khalifa. Still, you can see its history in the old markets and traditional architecture alongside the modern buildings.
That's a great contrast to share. I'm from Krakow, Poland, a city with deep historical roots. Walking through the old town feels like stepping back in time with medieval castles and cobblestone streets. Yet, there's also a youthful energy with modern cafes, art galleries, and festivals that bring the old and new together.
Lastly, sharing your feelings helps listeners connect. I'm from Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and to me, it feels like home because of its calm, coastal vibe. The beaches, lighthouses, and small fishing towns are what make it so special. Every time I see the waves or hear the seagulls, I'm reminded of happy days growing up there.
You've summed that up beautifully. For me, describing my hometown is about sharing its spirit and what it means to me. I'm from Toronto, Canada. It's diverse, vibrant, and full of energy. From the skyscrapers downtown to the quiet parks, it's a city where everyone can find their place. It's home to my memories and experiences, and I'll always be proud of it.
When talking about your hometown, discussing the culture and lifestyle is essential. I'm from Barcelona, Spain, where the culture is vibrant and colorful. We celebrate La Merc, a festival with street parades, dancing, and fireworks. Families, friends, and tourists gather to enjoy music and the lively atmosphere. It's a beautiful mix of tradition and community spirit.
Festivals truly reflect the heart of a place. In Edinburgh, Scotland, where I grew up, the Edinburgh Festival Fringe is world famous. Artists, performers, and comedians from everywhere flood the city. Streets are alive with talent, laughter, and creativity. For locals, it's a time to celebrate art and meet new people.
Culture often revolves around art and architecture. In Florence, Italy, my hometown, art is everywhere. You can stroll through the city and see masterpieces by Michelangelo and Da Vinci. The Uffizi Gallery holds some of the world's greatest art. Walking by the historic buildings and the Duomo Cathedral feels like living in a piece of history.
History and architecture add such richness. In my hometown of Istanbul, Turkey, you can literally walk between continents. The Bosphorus Bridge connects Europe and Asia, and the city blends cultures. From ancient mosques like Hagia Sophia to bustling markets, every street has a story to tell about empires and traditions.
Local traditions are important too. Growing up in Jaipur, India, the Kite Festival was a highlight of every year. On Makar Sankranti, the sky fills with colorful kites, and families gather on rooftops to fly them. The day ends with traditional sweets and music, bringing everyone together in a joyful celebration of community and culture.
That sounds wonderful. Traditions often make a place special. In Dublin, Ireland, St. Patrick's Day is huge. The whole city turns green with parades, music, and celebrations. Families and friends go out to watch performers and enjoy Irish food. It's more than a holiday. It's a symbol of Irish pride and unity that people all over the world recognize.
Describing daily life also helps listeners understand your town. I grew up in Auckland, New Zealand, where mornings are peaceful. People enjoy jogging along the waterfront, grabbing coffee, and starting their day calmly. The afternoon buzz picks up as workers rush home, but evenings bring a relaxing vibe with family barbecues or beach walks.
Daily life can show so much about a hometown. In Tokyo, Japan, where I lived for years, the mornings are busy and full of energy. Trains are packed with commuters and street vendors sell quick breakfasts. By evening, the city lights up and people wind down by visiting small ramen shops or walking through quiet, traditional neighborhoods.
Nature also shapes hometown experiences. In Cape Cod, Massachusetts, summers are spent outdoors. Families head to beaches, go boating, and have clam bakes with fresh seafood. The calm ocean breeze, the lighthouses, and the sound of waves create a simple, peaceful rhythm that defines life in my hometown.
Absolutely. Nature plays a huge role. I grew up in Banff, Canada, surrounded by mountains and lakes. Summers were about hiking, kayaking, and camping under the stars. Winters brought snowboarding, skiing, and cozy nights by the fire. Living close to nature taught me to appreciate the beauty of every season.
Food connects people to their roots, too. In my hometown of Lyon, France, food is part of our identity. Lion is known for its traditional Busan restaurants serving rich, flavorful dishes like cock oven and sausages. Sunday lunches with my family, sharing these meals, are my favorite memories. Food brings people together.
Food absolutely reflects culture. In Bangkok, Thailand, street food is king. I remember eating steaming bowls of tom yum soup, crispy spring rolls, and grilled skewers at night markets. The streets would come alive with delicious smells and sounds of vendors cooking. Sharing food with friends, there was always a special part of my day.
Tradition often meets modern life. In Stockholm, Sweden, my hometown, old traditions like fika coffee and cake break are cherished. People pause to enjoy life's simple pleasures even in a modern, bustling city. The mix of ancient cobblestone streets with modern innovations makes Stockholm unique and inviting.
Balance between old and new adds charm. In Athens, Greece, my hometown, you can see ancient ruins like the Acropolis next to modern cafes and shops. Life here is about connecting with history while embracing the present. Whether you're exploring old temples or enjoying a meal at a rooftop restaurant, it's a beautiful blend.
Talk about people, too. I'm from Havana, Cuba, where people are warm and welcoming. Neighbors share food, music plays in the streets, and kids laugh while playing baseball. The sense of community is strong. You can't walk down the street without someone smiling or inviting you to join a conversation.
People often define a hometown. In Sydney, Australia, locals are laid back and friendly. Everyone loves the outdoors, whether it's surfing, hiking, or having a barbecue. People here value work-life balance, and there's always a cheerful, relaxed vibe. That attitude makes Sydney feel so welcoming and positive.
Local traditions bring identity to a town. In Munich, Germany, beer gardens are a big part of the culture. Friends and families gather outdoors, share food, and enjoy locally brewed beer. There's always a sense of togetherness and community that makes those moments special.
Traditions connect generations. I'm from Kyoto, Japan, where tea ceremonies are a beautiful part of life. It's not just about drinking tea, it's about mindfulness, respect, and appreciating small moments. Watching my grandparents perform the ceremony taught me patience and the value of tradition.
Think about special events that bring everyone together. Growing up in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Carnival was the biggest celebration. The city bursts with music, colorful costumes, and dancing. The energy is contagious, and it's something everyone looks forward to all year.
Those events really define a place. In New Orleans, USA, Mardi Gras is legendary. Streets fill with parades, jazz music, and colorful beads. Locals and tourists come together to celebrate, and the spirit of joy and excitement makes it unforgettable. It's what New Orleans is all about.
A great way to describe your hometown is by sharing unique places. I grew up in San Diego, California, and one of the most iconic places is Balboa Park. It's filled with museums, gardens, and cultural events. Families come to relax, walk around, and enjoy the beautiful Spanish-style architecture. It's the heart of the city.
That sounds like a lovely place to visit. In my hometown of London, there's Camden Market. It's a vibrant area full of food stalls, music, and unique shops. You can spend hours exploring quirky art and vintage items. The energy there is incredible, and it reflects London's diversity and creativity perfectly.
Sharing landmarks can make descriptions vivid. In Dubai, where I spent a few years, the Burj Khalifa stands tall as a symbol of modern innovation. You can go to the top and see the entire city. Around it, there's the Dubai Fountain Show at night with music, lights, and dancing water. It's truly breathtaking.
Landmarks give identity to a city. Growing up in Rome, Italy, I was surrounded by history. The Colosseum is one of the most impressive sights, and walking through it feels like stepping into another era. As a kid, I imagined gladiators and emperors standing where I stood. It's magical and humbling.
Don't forget natural beauty in your descriptions. I lived in Vancouver, Canada, where nature is part of daily life. Stanley Park is a huge, lush area with trails, beaches, and beautiful views of the mountains. Families often bike or walk along the seawall. The balance of urban and natural beauty is what makes Vancouver special.
Nature is often unforgettable. In Cape Town, South Africa, my favorite spot is Table Mountain. You can hike or take a cable car to the top and see incredible views of the ocean and city. At sunset, everything glows orange and it feels peaceful. That connection to nature is what makes Cape Town unique.
Talk about small, hidden gems too in Kyoto, Japan. I loved visiting the Philosopher's Path. It's a quiet walkway along a canal lined with cherry trees. In spring, the blossoms cover the path like a pink tunnel. Locals and visitors stroll there to reflect, relax, or just enjoy the beauty of the season.
Hidden spots often tell the best stories. When I lived in New York City, I found a small park called Paley Park. It's surrounded by skyscrapers, but there's a waterfall that drowns out city noise. It's like an oasis in the middle of the chaos. I'd sit there during lunch breaks and feel completely calm.
Activities also bring a place to life. In Melbourne, Australia, coffee culture is huge. Locals spend time in cozy cafes, sipping lattes and catching up with friends. Each coffee shop has its own personality. Exploring these cafes feels like discovering hidden treasures, and it's a must-do in Melbourne.
Activities are a great way to connect. In Amsterdam, cycling is part of everyday life. People of all ages ride bikes to work, school, or just to explore the city. The canals, bridges, and historic buildings create such a beautiful backdrop. Riding a bike there feels freeing and completely normal.
Let's talk about markets too in Marrakesh, Morocco. The souk are a unique experience. They're colorful, busy marketplaces full of handmade goods, spices, and textiles. Walking through the narrow alleys, you'll hear vendors calling out and see artisans working. It's an exciting and vibrant atmosphere.
Markets definitely bring local flavor. In Bangkok, Thailand, the floating markets are something special. Vendors sell fruits, vegetables, and street food from wooden boats. People paddle along the canals to shop or just enjoy the views. It's lively and colorful, offering a glimpse of traditional life.
Unique events also stand out. I remember growing up in New Orleans, USA, where the Jazz Festival was a highlight of the year. Musicians from all over perform, and families come together to listen, eat, and celebrate. Music is everywhere, and you can't help but feel joyful and connected.
Events give a hometown its energy. In Munich, Germany, Oktoberfest is a world-famous event. People dress in traditional clothes, enjoy live music, and gather in huge tents to celebrate. The food, dancing, and laughter make it feel like one big family gathering. It's a tradition everyone looks forward to.
Local hangouts are worth mentioning. In Lisbon, Portugal, I loved visiting the small pastelarias cafes serving pastries and coffee. My friends and I would spend hours chatting over a pastel de nata, a delicious custard tart. These places are cozy and make you feel right at home.
Local hangouts give charm to a place. In Toronto, Canada, Kensington Market is a neighborhood full of character. It's a mix of food shops, murals, and live music. You'll find food from all over the world there. I'd often grab something to eat and sit by the street, people watching and enjoying the atmosphere.
It's also nice to talk about childhood memories. I grew up in Nashville, Tennessee, where I'd often visit Centennial Park. It has a full-scale replica of the Parthenon, which is incredible to see. My family would picnic there on weekends, and I remember running around, enjoying the open space and sunshine.
Childhood spots stay with you forever. When I was a kid in Edinburgh, Scotland, my favorite place was Arthur's Seat, a hill overlooking the city. My family and I would hike to the top, and I loved the view. Seeing the old city spread out below felt magical, especially on clear days.
Local food is another great detail. Growing up in Naples, Italy, pizza was part of daily life. The best pizzas are simple fresh dough, tomato sauce, mozzarella, and basil. I'd go with friends to small pizzerias after school. Sharing food with people I loved made those moments special.
Food connects people to their roots. In Istanbul, Turkey, street food is everywhere. My favorite was simit, a sesame-covered bread ring. Vendors carry huge trays of simit on their heads, calling out to people. It's a snack I grew up with, and just thinking about it reminds me of home.
One thing that makes a hometown special is the people. In small towns in the U.S., everyone knows each other. Growing up in a close-knit community, my neighbors were like family. We'd help each other during hard times and celebrate every little success together. That support built strong bonds.
That's beautiful. In small villages in Ireland, community means everything. People greet you with a smile, and the pub is often the center of social life. You'll hear stories, music, and laughter. The culture revolves around hospitality, and you always feel welcomed.
Culture and traditions bring character to a place. In Mexico City, families celebrate Dia de los Muertos every year. It's a colorful tradition honoring loved ones who passed away. People make altars with photos, candles, and flowers. It's not about sadness, but remembering with love and joy.
Traditions tell so much about a place. In Japan, during cherry blossom season, people have hanami picnics under blooming trees. Families and friends gather to admire the blossoms, share food, and enjoy the moment. It's simple, yet beautiful, and brings people closer together.
Food often reflects a town's culture. In my hometown of New Orleans, food is a big part of life. Gumbo, jambalaya, and beignets are famous dishes that bring people together. Families pass down recipes, and every meal feels like a celebration. It's about flavors, stories, and togetherness.
Absolutely. In my hometown of Mumbai, India, street food is central to our culture. Vendors sell snacks like vada pav, pani puri, and spicy chaats on every corner. Sharing these foods with friends after school or work creates unforgettable memories. Food connects us to our roots.
Music also shapes a place's identity. In Nashville, Tennessee, music is everywhere. It's called Music City for a reason. Country music legends perform in local bars, and aspiring artists play on street corners. Music isn't just entertainment here, it's a way of life.
Music tells stories about a place and its people. In Liverpool, England, the Beatles are a huge part of the city's history. You can visit the Cavern Club where they started performing and hear live music. Liverpool has a vibrant energy that comes from its musical roots.
Sports are another way people connect. Growing up in Boston, Massachusetts, I remember how passionate people were about sports. Red Sox games at Fenway Park were a big deal. The whole city would come alive, cheering and celebrating together. It gave us a sense of pride and unity.
That passion for sports is universal. In Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, football brings people together. Kids play barefoot on the streets and adults gather to watch games. The energy during a match is electric, and it feels like the whole city breathes football. It's part of the culture.
Festivals often highlight what's special about a place. In India, I experienced Diwali, the festival of lights. Families light oil lamps, decorate their homes, and share sweets. The streets glow with light, and everyone feels a sense of joy and renewal. It's a magical celebration.
Festivals bring color to life. In Edinburgh, Scotland, the Edinburgh Fringe Festival is a world-famous event. Artists from all over perform plays, comedy, and music. The whole city becomes a stage, and every street corner feels alive with creativity. It's truly inspiring.
People's values shape a community. In Toronto, Canada, diversity is celebrated. You'll see people from different cultures living side by side. We had neighbors from all over the world, and it taught me to appreciate other traditions. That diversity made our community stronger.
Values are a city's backbone. In Copenhagen, Denmark, there's a big focus on work-life balance. People value quality time with family and enjoy outdoor activities like biking or walking along the canals. That lifestyle creates a healthy, happy community.
Childhood experiences make a hometown special. When I was little, I spent summers visiting my grandparents in a small town in Italy. We'd pick fresh tomatoes, make pasta, and eat outside. Those simple, happy moments with family are my most cherished memories.
Childhood memories do stay with you. In my hometown of Melbourne, Australia, weekends meant barbecues with friends and family. We'd go to parks, cook together, and spend hours talking and laughing. The simple joy of being with loved ones made those days unforgettable.
The energy of a place can be unique, too. In Hong Kong, the mix of old and new creates a special atmosphere. You'll see traditional markets next to towering skyscrapers. The busy streets, food stalls, and glowing lights make the city feel alive at every hour.
That energy is infectious. In New York City, the phrase "the city that never sleeps" is so true. People work hard, dream big, and move fast. It's a place where you feel anything is possible. That drive and ambition make it unlike anywhere else in the world.
It's also the small moments that define a place. I remember snowy winters in my hometown of Chicago. My friends and I would build snowmen, have snowball fights, and drink hot chocolate after. Those simple moments made winters feel magical, even if it was freezing outside.
The little things make a big difference. In small English villages, hearing church bells in the morning, walking past cottages with flower gardens, or chatting with neighbors on a quiet afternoon are things I miss most. Those everyday moments create a sense of peace and belonging.
Every hometown has special landmarks that people associate with. In Washington, D.C., we have the National Mall, where you can visit iconic monuments like the Lincoln Memorial and Washington Monument. Walking there feels like stepping into history. It's beautiful and inspiring.
Landmarks can be a city's pride. In Sydney, the Opera House is a symbol of the city. Its unique sail-like design stands out, especially against the backdrop of the harbor. People from all over visit to see performances or just enjoy the view. It's a place that makes locals proud.
Nature can be a big part of what defines a hometown, too. In Portland, Oregon, nature is everywhere. We have lush green parks, the stunning Multnomah Falls, and the scenic Columbia River Gorge. Growing up surrounded by trees and mountains gave me a deep love for the outdoors.
Nature gives a hometown its charm. In Cape Town, South Africa, Table Mountain is the star. You can hike or take a cable car to the top for stunning views of the city and the ocean. When the clouds roll over it, people call it the tablecloth. It's something truly unique to the area.
Small towns often have unique spots that locals cherish. In my grandmother's town in France, there's a tiny bakery famous for its pastries. Locals gather there early in the morning for fresh croissants and coffee. It's a simple place, but it's full of warmth and community spirit.
That's true. In the Scottish Highlands, there's a small village where the local pub is the heart of the town. People share stories, sing folk songs, and enjoy hearty meals. It's cozy, and you feel connected to the people and the land around you.
Unique features make a place stand out. In San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge is not just a landmark, but a piece of art. Whether you're driving, walking, or biking across, you get amazing views of the city and the bay. It's a spot that brings people together, locals and visitors alike.
Some places have cultural features that are unforgettable. In Istanbul, Turkey, the Grand Bazaar is one of the oldest markets in the world. You can wander through rows of shops selling spices, carpets, and jewelry. The smells, sounds, and colors make it an experience like no other.
Hometowns often surprise you with hidden gems. In Charleston, South Carolina, the cobblestone streets and old houses take you back in time. Tucked between buildings, you'll find secret gardens and charming courtyards. It's a city that feels like a storybook.
Hidden gems are the best part of a place. In Kyoto, Japan, there are hundreds of quiet temples and shrines. One of my favorites is hidden on a hillside, surrounded by trees. You hear birds chirping and feel so peaceful. It's these little corners that make Kyoto magical.
Even simple things, like beaches, shape a place. Growing up near Miami, the beaches were our go-to spot. White sand, clear water, and lots of sunshine made every weekend feel like a vacation. I loved building sandcastles and watching sunsets with my friends and family.
Beaches hold so many memories. In Brighton, England, the Pebble Beach is iconic. Families visit for fish and chips by the water, and friends play games along the pier. Even on windy days, the sound of waves hitting the shore feels calming. It's a classic part of life there.
Cities often have their own style of architecture, too. In Prague, the historic buildings are breathtaking. The colorful houses, Gothic churches, and old bridges make you feel like you're in a fairy tale. Walking around the city, you discover something beautiful at every turn.
Architecture can give a city its identity. In Barcelona, Spain, Gaudi's designs stand out. The Sagrada Familia is stunning with its intricate details and unique shapes. Locals admire it not just as a church, but as a masterpiece that defines their city's creative spirit.
Mountains and landscapes add beauty to a hometown. In Denver, Colorado, the Rocky Mountains are always in the background. In the winter, families go skiing or snowboarding. In summer, hiking trails open up. Growing up with those mountains taught me to love adventure.
Mountains offer so much peace. In Switzerland, the Alps are a way of life. People hike, ski, or relax in wooden chalets with views of snow-capped peaks. It's so beautiful and quiet, it feels like a different world. The mountains give the area its identity and charm.
Waterways can also be part of a town's beauty. In Venice, Italy, the canals are the streets. Instead of cars, you take boats called gondolas. Watching the reflections of buildings in the water and hearing gondoliers sing is an experience you won't find anywhere else.
That's incredible. In Amsterdam, canals are a key part of life, too. People ride bikes along them, relax on boats, or simply sit on benches to watch the world go by. The canals bring calm to the busy city and make it a charming, unique place to live.
Some towns are defined by their weather. In Seattle, Washington, people often joke about the rain. It rains a lot, but that's what keeps everything so green. The misty mornings and cozy coffee shops make it feel warm and inviting, even when the skies are gray.
Weather can shape the character of a hometown. In Reykjavik, Iceland, winters are dark, but you see the northern lights. Summers are bright all day, and people stay up late enjoying the sun. The weather may be extreme, but it makes Reykjavik a place full of wonder and beauty.
Festivals bring energy to any hometown. In New Orleans, Louisiana, Mardi Gras is our biggest celebration. The streets fill with music, colorful parades, and people in masks. Families and friends gather to enjoy food, laughter, and dancing. It's a unique tradition that brings the community together.
Festivals give a hometown its identity. In Rio de Janeiro, the carnival is unmatched. The samba dancers, floats, and music fill every street. Locals spend months preparing their costumes and performances. It's more than a festival, it's the heart of the city's culture and spirit.
Food also defines a place. In Texas, barbecue is a way of life. Families spend weekends around smoky grills, cooking brisket and ribs. Everyone has their own recipes and favorite sauces. Eating barbecue in Texas is not just about the food, it's about coming together with loved ones.
Food traditions are so special. In Naples, Italy, pizza originated. Locals take pride in their thin, crispy crust and fresh tomato sauce. It's simple yet full of flavor. Sitting in a family-owned pizzeria and tasting a traditional margherita pizza feels like a slice of history.
Local street food can also tell a story. In Bangkok, Thailand, street food stalls are everywhere. You can try pad thai, grilled meats, and mango sticky rice. The smell of spices fills the air. It's affordable, delicious, and part of daily life for locals and tourists alike.
Street food adds so much character. In Mexico City, taco stands are on every corner. Tacos al pastor with marinated pork and pineapple are a favorite. It's quick, flavorful, and made right in front of you. Eating tacos feels like being part of the city's bustling culture.
Traditions often reflect the values of a place. In Japan, tea ceremonies are an art form. They're calm, precise, and meaningful. Sitting with friends, sharing matcha tea, and appreciating the moment reminds you to slow down and connect with the people around you.
Traditions keep culture alive. In Scotland, ceilidh dancing is a lively tradition. At weddings or festivals, people gather to dance to folk music. It's fast-paced and fun, and even if you don't know the steps, someone will guide you. It's a great way to feel part of the community.
Even seasonal traditions add charm. In Vermont, fall is a magical time. Families visit apple orchards, drink hot cider, and enjoy the beauty of the red and orange leaves. Pumpkin patches and bonfires make it a special season. It's something I've looked forward to every year.
Seasonal traditions can be unforgettable. In Germany, Christmas markets are a highlight. Wooden stalls sell handmade gifts, mulled wine, and gingerbread. The air smells like cinnamon and pine. Families walk together, enjoying the lights and festive atmosphere.
Local music is another part of a hometown soul. In Nashville, Tennessee, live country music is everywhere. Artists perform in small cafes, bars, and big venues. It's a place where people chase dreams and celebrate stories through songs. Music is part of the city's heartbeat.
Music connects people to their roots. In Ireland, traditional folk music is cherished. In local pubs, musicians play the fiddle, tin whistle, and bodhrán drum. People sing along to old tunes that tell stories of love, loss, and life. It creates a sense of unity and nostalgia. Small businesses and markets give a town its personality. In Asheville, North Carolina, farmers' markets are popular. You can find fresh produce, handmade crafts, and baked goods. It's a chance to support local artisans and share smiles with the people who live there. Markets are always full of energy. In Marrakesh, Morocco, the souk are a labyrinth of stalls. Vendors sell spices, rugs, and jewelry. The bright colors, fragrant smells, and bargaining conversations make visiting the market an adventure. It's the heartbeat of the city.
Local art also defines a community. In Santa Fe, New Mexico, art galleries line the streets. Artists showcase pottery, paintings, and sculptures inspired by the desert landscape. The creative energy of the town is everywhere, and you feel surrounded by beauty and culture.
Art can shape a hometown's identity. In Paris, street artists paint along the Seine River. Their work captures the beauty of the city, the Eiffel Tower, old bridges, and narrow streets. Watching artists work live makes you appreciate the talent and the connection to the place.
Sports often bring people together. In Chicago, the Cubs baseball games are a big deal. Families and friends gather at Wrigley Field, cheering with excitement. The sound of the crowd, the smell of popcorn, and the energy of the game make it an unforgettable experience.
Sports give communities pride. In Manchester, football is life. Whether it's Manchester United or City, fans fill the stadiums wearing team scarves. People sing, chant, and celebrate their team's victories. The passion for football creates a strong bond among locals.
Even local celebrations can highlight a town's history. In Boston, Patriots' Day is a special holiday. The city hosts a marathon, and families watch reenactments of historical events. It's a time to reflect on the past while celebrating community and tradition.
History often shapes a town's spirit. In Athens, Greece, the Acropolis stands as a reminder of the city's ancient heritage. Locals and tourists explore ruins like the Parthenon, imagining life thousands of years ago. It's a place that connects people to their shared history.
Daily life in a hometown reflects its rhythm. In Portland, Oregon, Mornings start with local coffee shops. People grab their favorite brew before heading to work or school. The city is relaxed and welcoming, with bike lanes, parks, and small businesses adding to the charm.
Daily routines reveal a lot about a place. In Tokyo, mornings are fast-paced. People fill the trains, heading to offices or schools. Everything runs on time. Despite the busyness, the streets are clean and everyone respects the space. It's a city that blends order and energy.
Neighborhoods often define the feel of a hometown. In San Francisco, neighborhoods like Chinatown and the Mission District are full of life. You'll find colorful murals, unique shops, and the smell of international food. Walking through these areas feels like visiting many cultures in one city.
Neighborhoods are like mini worlds. In London, areas like Camden and Notting Hill are distinct. Camden is edgy with its music scene and market, while Notting Hill has colorful houses and cozy cafes. Each neighborhood offers something unique, shaping the city's identity.
Nature often makes a hometown special. In Boulder, Colorado, the mountains are right in your backyard. People spend their weekends hiking trails, climbing rocks, or simply enjoying a picnic. The air is fresh, the skies are blue, and nature feels like part of everyday life.
Access to nature is a blessing. In Vancouver, Canada, you can see the ocean and mountains in one view. People kayak, bike, or walk in Stanley Park surrounded by trees and wildlife. The connection between city life and nature makes Vancouver peaceful yet lively.
People also shape the personality of a place. In Savannah, Georgia, locals are known for their hospitality. People smile, wave, and greet each other on the streets. It's common for neighbors to share stories or food. The warmth of the people makes it feel like home.
People are the heart of a hometown. In Havana, Cuba, the energy of the locals is incredible. People play music on the streets, dance in the squares, and chat with friends outside their homes. Life feels joyful and connected, even with simple things like sharing a cup of coffee.
Local businesses tell the story of a town. In Austin, Texas, the live music bars, vintage stores, and food trucks give the city its vibe. Supporting these businesses is important because they reflect the creativity and dreams of the people who live there.
Small businesses add character. In Istanbul, the Grand Bazaar is full of shops passed down through generations. You'll find handmade carpets, spices, and jewelry. Talking with shopkeepers about their stories makes the experience richer and more personal.
Transportation also influences daily life. In Amsterdam, most people ride bicycles. It's the easiest way to get around. The streets are designed for bikes, and you see people of all ages riding, students, workers, and families. It's eco-friendly and part of the culture.
How people get around says a lot about a place. In New York City, the subway is essential. It's busy, noisy, and always moving. People from all walks of life share the space, reading books, listening to music, or simply watching the world go by. It's the city's lifeline.
We've talked so much today about describing our hometowns to people, the culture, the daily life, and all the little things that make them special. Remember, being able to describe your hometown is a fantastic way to connect with others and practice your English in conversations.
That's right. Whether you're talking to friends, introducing yourself in a meeting, or even sharing stories in English exams, hometown descriptions are always useful. Just focus on the details, what makes it unique, the places, the food, or even the weather, and practice as much as you can.
If you want to get better, try writing a short paragraph about your hometown, just like we did today. Speak it out loud or share it with friends. The more you practice describing places, the more natural and confident you'll sound.
Absolutely. And don't worry about being perfect. The goal is to communicate clearly and express your thoughts. With time, you'll improve and you'll sound more fluent and confident in English conversations.
Thanks so much for joining us today. We hope this episode helped you learn new ways to describe your hometown and improve your speaking skills.
Keep listening to us for more helpful topics like this, and don't forget to practice every day. See you in the next episode of Learn English with Podcast Conversation. Until then, keep learning and keep improving.